Hey, what is up guys, GuitarRock here, welcome back to another Nikke Goddess of Victory video. Let's talk about what is happening with the Stella Blade collaboration. Now for those of you who are not aware, you have Eve right now happening this week. You can pull for her this particular week, but we still don't have Raven yet. So that's going to be the second character for the collaboration that will happen next week. So I won't be able to give you guys like a much more thorough comparison between these two characters, right? But so far, based upon the availability of the skills that have been shown, you can basically view the skills in the game. Raven and Eve are both available for viewing right here, but you cannot test them out in the combat to see the damage and stuff. So that's going to be a little bit unfortunate. Now, based upon theory crafting, Raven seems to be perhaps a better character if you are comparing it, but again, this is not something that we can clarify right now, sadly. It is just going to be based upon theory crafting. But for today, let's focus on Eve. So we probably have, or we will be able to look at all the stuff right here, right? So they didn't show this particular one from the back. They show this one we saw, right? Holy Gunner pose. So how about this one, right? Okay. So this one is free, by the way. This one is free. So how about the other one then? How about this one? This one is $20. Ooh. $20. Okay, so this is what you get for $20. Oh my god. $60. 60. Okay, this is going to, wow, $60. Camping? How about Raven? Because like, everybody is talking about this. Okay, this one is the free one, Okay. So this one is the $20. Wow. Oh my goodness, $20. Okay, the hair is a bit too much. I love hair, right? Everybody here loves hair. But this hair is a bit too much, right? Why the hair need to be there? Can she like tie up the hair or something? I wish it's short hair, right? Costume will be for Santi. Now, is this Gunner costume?
There's nothing mightier than raise and rebuild.
Okay. Wow. Okay, I think like you can see the 10 lines right there. The PlayStation 5 players, they are mad about this. They be mad about this, alright? This one is... wow. PC players, I mean you can still get it, right? But PC players complete edition.
This garb was wrought for dancing with blades.
So let's have a look, right? Wow. So if you buy complete edition, this is what you'll be getting. Scarlet High Racer. Gunner skin. Okay, so as you can see, Eve. Now I'm still deciding if I want to pull multiple copies or not. I have no... oh my goodness. I have no idea if that's going to be what I'm going to do. But for now, I'll just do one copy first. We're going to try her out. If I decide that she's really strong after testing, I might consider getting multiples. But let's go. I got only 27 of these. Hopefully, I don't have to use any of the gems. Wish me luck. So for those of you who are wondering, this is going to be 2% rate up in the 4%, you know, total rates. So as opposed to 1% like Pilgrim, right? Oh! Wait, is it just like that? Yo! Okay. Okay, is this it, guys? Is this it?
Soldier EG at your service.
Okay, give me the power, Doro.
Soldier EG.
Okay, I just need abnormal,
Nicely
right?
done.
Just like that.
Eve, from the airborne squad.
I didn't know it's that easy.
Joining you for a brief moment.
Right? Sometimes you just want that. I took everyone's luck. What do you mean I took everyone's luck? No, that's my own luck. Now, Eve is going to be burst 3 attacker, right? Iron type. I feel like being iron type, that means she competes with Red Hood as a DPS in the slot, right? In most cases, but her being burst 3, let's have a look what she's all about, right? She has impact type exospine, eagle eye type exospine. So impact type exospine, her critical rate increased by 60%. That is insane, alright? That means if you can get some critical rate substat. You can make her 100% crit rate, I guess. Activates when landing 44 critical hits, affect random enemy units. Deal 240% of final attack as damage, attack sequentially for 3 times. Not bad. Activates when unstable energy hits the target, affects the target if they belong to electric code. Okay. Damage taken increased by 10%. Not bad. Alright, so this is quite a decent passive skill right here, right? There's no special condition right here. And then she got Eagle Eye type Exospine. Previous effects trigger repeatedly. Attack increased by 50%. Max ammo increased by 25%. That's a lot actually. And this is like in the entire battle, right? She literally just gets that. So when she land 10 normal attacks, if the enemy is electric, reloads 3 rounds. So she got like a built-in Bastion cube somewhat. I don't really think if you need 100% critical rate, but I'm sure it would be nice to have that, right? Affects random enemy and deal 457% of final attack for 6 times. Whoa, that is kind of insane. This one is kind of good. If there's only one boss, this is going to be very good. But I think she's gonna have the Cinderella problem. If there's too many enemies on the map, she might struggle a little bit, right? So her burst skill, Exospine Mark II. Enhanced Exospine lasts for 10 seconds, okay? Triggers Impact type Exospine Mark II. Alright, damage multiplier of unstable energy sequential attack is scaled by 100%. Damage multiplier of Eagle Eye type Exospine is scaled by 100%. So basically, she improved both her skill 1 and skill 2. So she improves this particular one, right? Very, very interesting. Okay, I'm gonna try this out first, and let's see how this is. Okay. Ooh! Ooh! Let's compare her with Rapid Red, because Rapid Red Hood also is going to be...
Joining the mission.
She's also weak against... Wait, let me just double check, right? To electric code enemies continuously. Applies damage as strong element to electric code enemies. And right now I am fighting an electric. Right? So there's that. So let's go. Rapid Red Hood versus Eve. Let's see. Will the mates be good with Eve? Yeah, probably the mates will be good with Eve. For now, I'm more testing. Let me do one thing at a time. Let me test the damage first. We worry about the best teams later. One thing at a time, guys. Alright, because you can't switch things up halfway. Yeah, I guess Eve benefit from crit rate, right? So from 682 million, we get about 790 million. We get about 100 million more, right? With crit rate buffs, with about 20% crit rate buffs. Yeah, she can basically debuff damage taken increase by 10% if the enemy belongs to electric code. So I'm kind of curious. Let's say if we are doing neutral, will she be better than Red Hood though? She's better than Red Hood if you're talking about Iron Weak. But if you're talking about in any other circumstances, things might be different, right? Yeah, so she's beating Red Hood regardless. She's beating Red Hood in her own element. She's beating Red Hood outside of the element. It doesn't matter. She's always going to be Red Hood.
Joining the mission.
But the only person that she can't beat is Rapid Red Hood. So is Eve top 5? I don't think she's top 5. She might be top 10 DPS. But I don't think she's top 5 if she's losing to Mihara Boiling Chain. So even if with elemental advantage, still loses to SPS with no elemental advantage. And of course Mihara. So where does she rank right now? Alright, so let's show you guys a bunch of results. There's plenty of things that you guys need to be able to take in right here. So I'll try my best to explain everything. Since testing her took me like 3 to 4 hours, so I'm going to try to condense everything. Is Eve good? I think she is considered good, but she's not going to be broken. Now let me explain. Right now, if you're talking about Eve's element, which is Iron Class Nikke's, I think she is the second strongest right there. Alright, she beats Red Hood. In most circumstances, you can see she's beating Red Hood right here, but she loses to right here in this case, Rapid Red Hood. Alright, Rapid Red Hood is still way stronger, and she's also, you know, have the Iron Code element advantage as well. Now, one more thing that to take note of right here, as you can see, Mihara Boiling Chain is doing more than her, right? And Mihara bonding chain doesn't need to burst at all in her own elemental advantage stage. So that is going to be something that's surprising to me, but it's just Mihara bonding chain is a very strong character as a whole as well, right? So that's going to be what it is. So right now there's also going to be one more thing that I've tested and I've discovered. So if you are looking to make the best team with Eve, both Mars, Romantic and Anchor are going to be needed. So right now you can see I did test with and without. So we have right here with Crown right here, Eve did about 682 million, but you can see right here with I took out Crown, I put in the Mars mate and the Anchor mate. Eve did about 790 million. So basically she get about, I would say, almost 100 million more damage. So I would say the best two duo right here that pairs perfectly well with Eve is going to be Mate Mars and Mate Anchor. Specifically Mate Mars, right? Because Mate Mars, skill 1 rather, because she gives critical rate, I believe 20% if you max this out to level 10 continuously. So that's going to be the very important one. So critical rate buffs are going to be kind of important for Eve because she has a lot of buffs on her own. So she has 75% critical rate on her own, 60% from a skill if you max her out, and then a 15% for her base crit rate. So you get 20% here. There will be 95% crit rate. You might need 1 or 2 more lines on her overload gears to basically get her up to 100%. So that's going to be one thing to consider if you are looking to build Eve as well, right? Now this is where the problem comes in. Alright, what is the problem right now? Because I'm sure everybody is aware of solo raids and you need 5 teams for that particular one, and I get that, right? So let's talk about Scarlet Black Shadow. Scarlet Black Shadow's best team is also going to be Mate Mars and Mate Anchor. Alright, you can see right here, I am using Scarlet Black Shadow to test in the same stage that I fought against Eve. This is Scarlet Black Shadow on neutral, by the way. Alright, I'm not talking about Scarlet Black Shadow have the elemental advantage. Eve has the elemental advantage. Scarlet Black Shadow does not. She is on neutral, yet she's doing more than Eve in this particular testing. 987 million versus Eve, which is doing about 620 million right here. So like why build her for an iron elemental advantage rate when Scarlet Black Shadow exists? So that's also going to be something that you can consider. Her best teammate are going to be these two mate characters, but these two characters, mate characters, also is very good for Scarlet Black Shadow, right? It's also kind of good for her because of the distributed damage as well. So that's one thing to consider. Now this particular score is less than this one, but that's also because I'm running it on auto. I'm pretty sure if I manual my allies, it would be about the same or even more than this particular team. So keep in mind Rapid Red Hood is here as well. So in most ideal cases, she would probably be split up in a separate team. So there's a lot of weird little things that you see right here, and the more I test, the more I start seeing the problems with her. Alright, because I don't think she is bad, but I was trying to rank her compared to a lot of other characters as well, and my final testing, my final verdict was against Asuka Willy, which was our most recent character, right? In this case, you can see Asuka Willy did more than her. So Asuka Willy is a better character than Eve, alright, which is kind of surprising. So if you're looking for a collab character that's super broken, Eve is just not it, right? So I feel like Asuka Willy was maybe like overtuned a little bit as well. So you can see right here in this particular damage testing, the Asuka Willy team was able to do a little bit more as well than her. So that's going to be something to consider. So who is she losing to damage wise? Okay, number 1, I don't even have to test this and I know she will lose to Cinderella. Alright. Number 2, she's losing to SBS. Number 3, she's losing to Rapid Red Hood. So all of these characters here that I'm listing here are doing better than her in her own element. I'm talking about, so this one, they are all doing better than her in her element. And next time if there's a boss that's weak against Iron, Cinderella is still going to do better, Scarlet Black Shadow is still going to do better, Asuka Willy is, Rapid Red Hood is going to do better, Mihara Potential is going to do better, except for Asuka Willy. Asuka really is better than her in neutral. She's kind of weird in the meta right now. I think it's because like she needs crit rate, crit damage as well, right? She beats Scarlet. She probably beats Laplace on Thrasher as well. Because the last time I test Red Hood DPS and Laplace Thrasher was very close. Is she good in PvP? No, she's not good in PvP. Burst 3 like her doesn't really do anything like kind of crazy, right? Now the problem is she's too far away from them. That's the problem. I think the problem is, even though she's like number 7 or number 8, she's too far from these characters. Now what do I mean by too far? Now here let me explain, right? Scarlet Black Shadow is beating her without the elemental advantage. So I think it's too far. Does it make sense? Scarlet Black Shadow need 900 million and she doesn't have elemental advantage. And Eve did 700 million with elemental advantage. So why would you build Eve for an iron boss if you can just use Scarlet Black Shadow? Same goes for Cinderella, Rapid Red Hood, same goes for Mihara Bonding Chain. The only one that's is neutral, that beats her on neutral is Asuka really. But I can see like that's just, the damage is too far apart, right? She's not close. She's probably still in the top 10 maybe, right? But she did beat Red Hood though. She did beat Red, so I think she still have a spot. So yeah, I think like for now this is going to be what it is. Now again, if you are looking to build her, right, what is the best lines to go for? I still feel like right now, sure you can go for 1 or 2 lines of crit rate. You know, she get 95% crit rate, maybe you can go 1 crit rate. Crit damage might be useful for her, but I still think in most cases elemental advantage or elemental damage dealt should be your priority, and attack percent is not going to be too far behind. And I guess max ammo capacity is not going to be bad as well, so that she doesn't reload as much. So those are still going to be the good ones, but I'm not sure which is going to be the priority. I need to test out with critical damage if she is going to change a lot in that particular area, right? There's a chance that she could be improved in the future if we have more characters that can boost crit rate and crit damage. But for now, volume is not really going to be used because 5 seconds crit rate boost is not going to be enough. Another character that I tried was regular Mars, but that's also not that strong. So yeah, her team building is also going to be a little bit finicky. For now, it's stuck within Maid Mars and Maid Anchor. That's going to be her best partner, and then I guess slot 1 can be Little Mermaid for the time being, right? But yeah, if you guys are deciding to get deals for her, maybe wait a little bit, wait for Raven. Raven could be a better option for most players, but that's going to be happening next week. We'll have to wait and see and decide from there. So with that being said, that's going to be it for this particular video. Subscribe if you guys haven't already. Give this video a like. I'll see you guys very soon. Take care. Have a nice day. Goodbye.